Hey, what's going on people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video it's the final countdown for Borderlands 3 before we switch into Wonderlands next week, ending with the top 10 legendary pistols. Pistols are the weapons that fit nicely into that legendary holster, able to be taken anywhere that damage needs to be dealt. These are the best pistols in the game, and I'll be letting you know what each one does, where you can get them, and how you can maximize their damage. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, or even follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to let me know what your favourite pistol is, and make sure to check out the other weapon class countdowns if you missed them, and let's crack into it. We open this countdown of the top 10 legendary pistols in Borderlands 3 with the Hellshark, which can only come in fire and shock elements, which you can switch between, and has an increased chance to drop from Vermilingua. You fight around here in the Splinterlands. The Hellshark is the OG melee wand blaster, firing rapid elemental tracer rounds that tear through health bars. By always coming in shock and fire, you always have 2 of the 3 health types covered, but its fire runs hot enough to burn through anything. It can be difficult to control and is a little ammo hungry, but lock onto your target well and they'll be there 1 second and gone the next. The fact that you might miss is made less relevant by its ricochet effect, which bounces its rounds off surfaces in the opposite element, often into an unsuspecting enemy, and can even be used as a way of changing elements without flicking the switch. It always comes in a ×2 variant, which is a bonus, and is particularly good on Amara, who can reduce its charge time and enhance its elements. Now for the Hornet, a corrosive only weapon that has an increased chance to drop from the Mother of Gogans. You fight around here in the Anvil. The Hornet is the best example of traditional Dahl workmanship you can find in the game, only ever firing in a 6-round burst and dealing heavy damage at the same time. Each burst is packed with power and that splash damage factor, making it great for use on Moes, and a gun that's not going to run dry on you like a lot of top pistols for the other Vault Hunters. It's fantastic exponent against armor, but deals to all health bars well, made even better with a next to mags or U-Rat anointment, where you can cover the full damage spectrum. If you're looking for a weapon that fits the slogan, dependable double tap Dahl, then you've found it right here. Time now for the Prompt Critical, which belongs to the Psycho Krieg DLC. It can come in all the available elements with an increased chance to drop from the Ginger who flew into the moon. You fight around here in Castle Crimson. The Prompt Critical is a great showpiece for what Torg brought to Borderlands 3. Supporting both the impact and sticky modes, making great use of the latter. That's because of how its sticky mode functions, causing a large secondary explosion whenever you trigger its reload. The damage caused is relative to the amount of stickies applied, and it'll easily blast through whatever health remains. It promptly deals critical levels of damage, firing multiple explosive projectiles per shot, either 3 or 4 depending on the variant, consuming a 1 or 2 ammo. The ×4 variant is going to dish out the most damage, but whatever one you get, it'll comfortably be enough. Next up is the Gargoyle, a weapon exclusive to the Bounty of Blood, which has an increased chance to drop from Dick and Goyle. You fight here in Bloodsun Canyon. The Gargoyle fires at a rapid rate with the option to come in ×1, ×2 or ×3 variants, consuming 2, 3 or 4 ammo respectively, and generally I like to set at the ×1 level or ×2 if I'm feeling risky. Just like Walmart, it has a wide range, but this wide range is all about how it deals damage. That happens when the bullets land, then again when they explode, and also with the occasional acid wall it'll summon. The acid wall hits harder than everything else, but each of its damage sources will bring plenty of pain to the party. It's great against mobs and bosses, although it will consume more ammo than some other guns, but that's what you get when you're focused on causing death. Moving on to the Beacon, another pistol from the Bounty of Blood. This one has an increased chance to drop from Jarek Logan. You fight around here in Bloodsun Canyon. The Beacon is a rapid fire splash damage pistol that can come in all of the elements and unleashes a wave of elemental fury after fully charging. It's like the Hellshark, only stronger, and can be enhanced by splash boosting skills and anointments, making the action skill in Splash Anoint a top pick. It is an extremely versatile weapon that also deals heavy damage. There isn't a situation where a beacon wouldn't perform well and is made best through Moze and Amara, but Flak and Zane can turn that single orb into two, with Two Fang and Playing Dirty, provided you avoid the ×2 variant. To top it all off, it also triggers an Elemental Nova on reload, which is how it lets you know just how much it cares. Now to the Tizzy, a COV pistol that can come in any element. It belongs to Arms Race with an increased chance to drop from this chest. The Tizzy is a certified boss dropper capable of bringing down the biggest and the best. Its fire rate grows the longer you hold down the trigger, firing an incredible amount of rounds before it overheats. If you're looking for something to speed up an encounter, then this is the gun for you, but it doesn't just fire normal bullets, but a mix of amp shots and mini rockets throughout the onslaught. Generally, it's a weapon that you'd avoid mobbing with due to its ammo consumption, but you can pair it with a super soldier to get that ammo back, or if you're Zane, you can improve that even more with a Digiclone regen ammo anointment. It's great in both ×2 or ×3 variants, and will waste away bosses until there's nothing left.
That wasn't so hard now, was it?
It's time to move on to the Lucky 7, a Jacob's pistol that belongs to the Handsome Jackpot DLC, dropping from Scrap Tap Prime over here in the compactor. They can also be found by defeating the Skag of Survival by completing the trial of the same name on True Trial difficulty. The Lucky 7, in my eyes, has the potential to be the most overpowered weapon in the entire game, but as the name suggests, you need some luck. Every time you reload, your character will roll for damage, having about a 20% chance to be gifted one of its 5 bonuses. Those bonuses include explosive rounds, fully auto, always critical ricocheting amp shots, elemental type, and 7 pellets. Each one increases its DPS, but 7 pellets will provide the largest single buff. There's roughly a 1 in 3 chance for each bonus to be triggered per reload, and when fully stacked, it's one of the most powerful weapons in the game. Now normally that'll only last for a short period, but modes can make it easily last forever, and other characters can set themselves up in a terror build. When firing on all cylinders, it's capable of clearing all content in record time, and truly is a phenomenal weapon. Next up, it's the Uncamped Herald, a Torg hand cannon that has an increased chance to drop from Cabadowd, who you fight around here in Bloodsun Canyon as part of the Bounty of Blood DLC. The Uncamped Herald, also known as Dirty Harry Callahan, is a gun as devastating as it was in Borderlands 2, but with an altered projectile pattern. It fires the same 7 projectiles regardless of the weapon card, making the ×3 variant the best one. All 7 of them aren't visible at once though, emerging from behind one another after travelling a short distance, making it better at medium ranges, and for Amara, heavy range should be avoided. It holds immense power, even capable of one-shotting bosses, and comfortably dominates on the mobbing field too. Its high projectile count makes it great on all Vault Hunters, even Flak, who isn't very akin to its type of weaponry. It bludgeons its way through health bars, hitting them where it hurts, and has a nice fire rate which helps it to keep the damage coming. Whether mobbing or bossing, the Uncamped Herald has what it takes, whether it's fired 6 shots or only 5. Now to the Lightshow, machine gun pistol belonging to the Bounty of Blood that can come in any element including none, and has an increased chance to drop from Lazodactyl. You can find around in this area of the map in the Obsidian Forest. The Lightshow is a beast, firing 4 circling projectiles at a great pace that cut ribbons into your enemies. They spark out of its barrel as it rotates, resulting in no recoil whatsoever. However, because they can't be concentrated, it's best in close to medium ranges where you can get each of its spiraling rounds to land. It's a constant force in every situation, dealing heavy damage against all opposition. By being multi-palleted, it's able to proc abilities 4 times faster than other guns, which is able to be taken advantage of by every single Vault Hunter, and it's the perfect gun in just about every way. Before number 1 is revealed, let's dive into some honourable mentions. First up is the Craps, a torque pistol that can come in all the elements and drops most often from Jackpot in the VIP tower. The Craps is your typical hand cannon for the most part, that is until its unique effect reveals itself. A single rocket will be followed by another until out of the great big yonder 4 more appear, resulting in massive damage. Whenever that procs, you'll see a circle of explosives envelop your target. It happens about every 1 in 6 shots and makes this great gun even better. Flak and Zane can get that extra rocket count doubling with Two Fang and Playing Dirty, or you can use an Infernal Wish, which just intensifies this explosive party. The next honourable mention I have for you is the Hydra Frost, an absolute unit that only comes in cryo and belongs to the Guns, Love and Tentacles DLC, dropping from Chivalrous the Unscathed around here in the Golden Shine. Although it only ever has the cryo element listed on the card, the Hydra Frost does more than just dish out cryo damage. Supported by shock and incendiary elements which deal 200% extra damage for 10 seconds after you kill something. After setting yourself up once, you'll have that bonus damage forever as the Hydra Frost ravages anyone you face. The speed at which it fires coupled with the damage it deals sees enemies just drop to their knees. The main downside with it is that ammo consumption, making the ×3 variant best, which consumes just the 2 ammo a shot. The last honourable mention I have for you is the Trick Shot, a pistol exclusive to Arms Race, which can drop anywhere there, but does have a higher chance to drop from this chest. The trick in each shot with this one is that each projectile is not alone and will trigger its automatic switch each time you land a shot, expending the remainder of its magazine at a blistering speed. It's a great effect that practically turns it into a sniper rifle as a magazine's worth of damage is railed off in quick fire time. All you have to do is get that first shot landing and the rest will fall into place, making it a great Jacob's pistol that is much more powerful than it first appears. Number 1, we're here, but who's on top? It's the Free Radical, a melee 1 blaster that belongs to the director's cut. It can only come in shock and drops 30% of the time from Beef Pliskin round here in Carras Canyon. The Free Radical is probably the best all-round weapon in the game, dealing up to and over 100,000 damage per shot and firing at a fully automatic pace. It fires shock orbs that deal splash damage and trigger a trifecta of projectiles on impact, which circle back for another hit. That gives it the added boost that it doesn't even need, as your targets will often be fried before the secondary projectiles have a chance to land. It's more powerful than the plasma coil and is exceptionally easier to get. It does come in the ×2 variant, but the standard version is widely regarded as being better, and even the weakest one will put huge dents in health bars. If you're looking to make the game a whole lot easier, then try this one simple trick. Bad guys hate it. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned of the top 10 legendary pistols in Borderlands 3. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.